Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1613. I'm your host, Arwin. And before we start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That would be much appreciated. You can always use the support, so please keep it coming. Right. The weather today, again, is just totally gorgeous. It's warmer. There's less wind. It's just really nice and warm outside. I mean, this is like a early summer day today. So yeah, really beautiful out there. Plants are doing great. And I keep refreshing the water, but some of these birds, they immediately dive into it and start taking a bath with it, and then it's all gone. Already refreshed it twice today. But they're really enjoying it. And you get the white pigeons. White doves. Anyway. Hello, Bill Nye, the Science Denier, first in chat. Tiger Bear. Wood Chipper 9000, Territ 306. Good to see you all. It is Saturday, the 27th of May 2023. Let's check the temperature. $21 degrees. Yeah. It says it's going to be even warmer. This is overall going to be a great day. Low clutch, LSG. Right, so how are you all doing today? Hope you got good weather as well. I feel really laid back, and well, yeah, my back issues, they're a little less. Did a lot of exercises with it yesterday, and that did work out pretty well. Like, basically I've done extra laying down and just stretching it very carefully and all that. And so yeah, I hope I'll be completely rid of it like in maybe a few days. That'll be great. because it kind of sucks being less mobile, especially when it's great weather. Anyway, still managing just fine. Cool weather. 27, you call 27 cool weather? Yeah. You would, Tarot. Sheesh. Right, so anyway, yesterday it was a fun show, but it was a mess, to be fair. Had some good points here and there, but it was all, you couldn't really put it together, so I didn't give it a title. But the Flat Earth debates went great. No issues whatsoever. And the after show was pretty long as well. And everybody was more focused. It was a little bit more laid back. A lot of technical diving in celestial navigation again. And to be fair, I didn't follow like some parts of that, even though it was there, because I was just not like proper focused for it. No reviewing of anybody though. That was a bit disappointing. I thought that we were going to do McKeegan again, but apparently Nathan just wanted to do housekeeping and just talking general talk. But it turned out pretty good. Level B Hitler. Have I seen that? No, Bill Nye the Science Denier. I mean, Hitler does sound familiar. I think we've dealt with that through FED in the past. Is it like a flat Earth documentary? It's gonna be level with me. Take. Is it like the new level thing, documentary thing? Because they always use the word level in that series. Yes, it is. Ah, okay, so it's like the third one. Right, so yeah, I don't know, I haven't seen it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna have a lot of ether nonsense in it and all that. Did they do like a rest in peace Bob in it as well, or not? Just wondering. Would be very typical. Or like in remembrance of. They didn't? Huh. Okay, Terry, how is that the most awesome documentary? Sounds really messed up. I mean, if you'd say like well made, well crafted, I'd be like, okay, but awesome? Really? Documentary on how animals are slaughtered? Do you think that's awesome? What the fuck? That's gross. Tarot. It can change the minds. Okay. Oh, alright. Yeah, thanks. But no thanks. Yeah, okay, look, that's not gonna happen. I've fended off vegans here before, and I'm not gonna do this thing. I was in a good mood, guys. Don't ruin it. Queuing with it's supposed to debate? What? What are you talking about, Rachel G? Too much momentum right now? What? Okay, Richard G, I mean, Elijah says things, but I don't know. Are they gonna debate? I don't know if QE hasn't really talked about it, but we'll see. There will be ballbusters this evening, so I will be there. Hello, Cleary. And hello, that bad guy. Okay. Well, I missed out on all that, Derek. Is he still like on YouTube or anything? Or has he been kicked off? Hibbler Productions? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, that's probably what you're talking about. Oh wait, Witsit's gonna come on Hibler. That's what you're saying. Right, I'm looking at the channel. Does electrostatics hold water? Oh, you mean, does it hold up? Thought you were being literal there. Like, I don't know how electrostatics are supposed to hold water, but no, I take it that's the argument where it's assumed that electrostatics has something to do with the density gradient, density axis, or some form of gravity. No, it's absolutely preposterous. Can't do that. Like, it's very measurable, and it has a very limited range. So it only works on the short run, right? And then you could argue, oh, what if you have just a bunch of dust between two plates, and then, yeah, it could work out. Well, guess what? If you would have to scale that up to what this Earth's supposed to be, we'd be like fried like in a microwave with the amount of energy that would have to go through us in order for that to work that way. Like, we couldn't have electronic equipment then. So it's like, no, it's absolutely not electrostatic in nature. Absolutely not. You don't measure it. And it doesn't like apply to objects that aren't connected to the whole. So you couldn't have balloons floating around. It's just no way. Earth is electric. Yeah, that's cute. But electrostatics are very measurable. If you're going to assume that it is overall being applied in order to cause some effect, well, then you should measure it, and dramatically so. And we don't. Because we wouldn't be able to have electronic equipment if it was that strong enough in order to have an influence. And it doesn't work that way. You have to have a connector, right? Ooh, I just apply a little electricity, and then the electrostatics of the balloon to the hung by this wire changes, and then it might go up or down or whatever. But that's really cute. It's still connected to a wire, though. It's not doing that just in the middle of the room. Right? Because you can't apply electrostatic attraction at a distance like that. Especially not like an all-encompassing distance without it being insanely strong and thus extremely measurable and influential on everything. And that's not happening. So it's very simple. Gravity is not electrostatics. And neither is what is the thing that causes the density axis. It's not causing that either. Because it's a measurable thing. And the conditions are just not there. I hope that answers the question. Hello, Steamy Traveler. How do you measure electrostatics? I think you measure like a discharge. I think, yeah, I'm not an electrician like that, so no use going into detail with that to ask me about that, because I don't really know. But as far as I know, you measure electrostatics is all about discharge, right? Static shock, like that's how you notice it. And then I think they have a mechanism to just like measure the amount of discharge, and then you know, like, this is how much static electricity is built up. But I mean, the discharge itself even kind of disrupts the entire buildup of the energy. White Alice? What are you talking about, Saint Solo? Never heard of that. Static means not moving. It's about static electricity. White Alice. I've never heard of that. Or maybe it's been brought up and I just forgot about it, but huh. Okay, cool. Giant dishes. Yeah, that should definitely do it. That's interesting. Let me share that. Apparently that's these things. Which are basically giant radar, yeah, dishes. Like, pretty damn big. Just like a wall they built. Interesting. How old is that? All in Alaska too. Right, 58. 57. Huh. Alright. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Didn't they have a system even before that, though? Was it called again? Was it like LiDAR or something? No, wait. That's not. No, that's not the one. What's it called again? Damn it. My memory fails me. I thought there was like a military system, but it's so weird. This kind of looks like it. It's measuring. Yeah. No, I mixed it up, Steamy Traveler. I know, but it's almost like the name just changed to the White Alice. So weird. I don't understand why I don't remember the name. Wasn't there something else also that was built even earlier? Clary, you've been around for a while. Do you remember anything else? I remember it being brought up like a while ago, years ago. Another station, some big station somewhere. It wasn't called White Alice. That's what I definitely know. That it wasn't called that. So weird. Because it was like an acronym or something. No, not a harp. Defense early warning. Wait, what? No. It's much later. This is extremely frustrating. I got this chunk of memory about something, but I don't know what it's called. And I'm not entirely sure where it was either. I thought it was like somewhere in the Pacific. Alright, there's no point in... maybe I'll remember. LORAN, was that it? Let me check that. Could be. Wait, what? Yeah, I think that could be it. Yeah, it had that insane distance measuring situation happening. Yeah, like almost 2,000 kilometers. Completely insane. Yeah, it might be the LORAN system. Thank you. Thank you for finding that. Diver Dan, Navy vet. When was it first? When was that system first built? 1958, 50s? Yeah. It's just a navigation system though. No, that can't be it. Or does it have some kind of base station? Because then it could be it. Because you can't just have a bunch of boxes around and then expect insane long distance. Yeah, but that could be the one. I remember like Mark Sargent talking about it even way back. The GPS towers, that's right. It was what preceded GPS. Correct. That's interesting. Those White Alice, like, it is exactly around the same time. Isn't that just weird? So maybe it was even involved in it. Or in the development or something. Yep. Yeah. LORAN precedes GPS. Earth is flat. They don't need no stinking satellites for GPS. White Alice is still used to it. Well, word. I mean, they show like sites. I posted the link earlier. Doesn't seem to be actually operational. It's like broken down and all that. I mean, it's some old equipment by now. Yeah, diver then Navy vet. Yeah, then you picked it up. I think that was exactly what I was thinking of. So I think it was the LORAN system, which some parts of it just achieved insane distances. Like, it definitely does not work on a ball. Although, of course, the nonsense claims are, oh, it bounces off the ionosphere or something. Yeah, right. Hey, what's happening? What's going on? Bill Nye, the science denier. LORAN. Huh. Okay. Right. What we were talking about again? Somebody brought up that other thing. White Alice. What was that? Was it because of like electrostatics or something? Oh, wait, yeah, was saying Solo asked about it in relation to satellites. So, yeah, I think that now having figured it out, thanks to all, yeah, it took quite a long time. But yeah, White Alice apparently is like sort of a very stationary satellite dish on Earth system that is in Alaska that was used, and it's kind of around the same time that a lot of the like communications, advanced communication operations were being attempted and getting initiated, including the LORAN system. And then, yeah, LORAN enabled like GPS basically, and then after that, GPS was officially announced, and oh, it was satellites. Yeah, sure it was. So arguably, LORAN is still functioning to this day. They probably updated it, keep rebuilding newer, better versions of it. And that's the satellites, really. Did anybody catch what Bill Nye was doing? Like, it's kind of weird. I can't see what he said either, so. Hmm. 5G is LORAN? How? Oh, okay, Bill, and yeah. I thought that something weird had happened, but I get it. Yeah, I don't know how you are equating 5G with LORAN, because 5G is a very short-range system. So I don't see how, yeah, LORAN could be doing that. Will there be a 6G after 5G? Well, there's 6G in China now. So I've heard. But I don't even know like what it is, basically. 5G I had some like insight on. I know like some of the technical specs. I don't know what 6G is, really. If it's like a super aggressive 5G that has much further range but is much more damaging, I don't know what it is. I'm just kind of glad that for as far as I have taken note of, there's no real 5G activity. There's not these freaking towers everywhere here, which I'm very much appreciative of. I mean, there's already like 3 and 4G stuff everywhere, and that's already annoying, but I can deal with it. Oof, okay, George Sanford, that's extreme. Ooh, white doves. Yeah. Oh man, the weather's so beautiful. And then can even see the moon. The moon's right over there. That's weird. I mean, a webcam could probably not pick it up, but it's right over there. Like, there, in the middle of it. Ah, it's blurry. Hey, why are you blurring up like that? Nah. I mean, it's a good enough webcam, but that thing can't pick up shit. Yeah, it is a summer sky. It is very beautiful. It's very sunny and with a nice wind. There's like bigger insects are showing up. It's always a good sign when you see dragonflies. And bats in the evening. Yesterday evening there were bats flying. They typically go around here, like right in front of the balcony, because there's like this little heat sink, because it's in between the buildings, and there's a lot of mosquitoes hang around there, so they typically come flying around in circles right in front of here. It's kind of cute. And it's pretty amazing, like how little sound they make flying. I mean, that is remarkable. Like, if you don't see them, you're not gonna even know they're there. Ugh. I don't know, Steamy Travel. What can frequencies in the terahertz leave? I don't know. But it's probably not gonna be great. Especially when it's intense, so. SOSUS system? What's that? But yeah, all this mobile communication mania. I mean, it's all very convenient and easy and all that, but the stronger that shit gets, the unhealthier it's gonna get. The dead internet thing? What? That's an interesting one, LSG. Well, I've never heard of it as an official discussion or anything, but I've suggested it, even on the show. Like sometimes it just seems like you're going to some channel and it's like this giant wall of bots. Standardized comments, like nothing stands out about it. All just generic, and like that's not real. So I don't know if they outnumber, but I mean I'm pretty confident that in certain spots, like everybody just uses bots to pump it all up. It's like super inflated with artificial people. And there's still people around it, but it just seems so much more than it really is. I try to avoid those places. I find it quite nauseating. AI being used as news. Oh no. Yeah, people. If you settle for some AI newsreader, that's okay with you to get as a source of news. Yeah, well, good luck with that. I mean, if you're gonna have some AI newsreader, then you're never. Yeah, that's just anonymity. Then. Right? Because then you have some artificial thing that can just give forth the news that you want it to do, and then nobody ties that in with you as a person. So you could basically just like drop it, go away, and start something new, and nobody knows. So, yeah. Right. Well, if you actually go on camera and with your voice and everything and you do stuff, yeah, now that's locked in. That's you. You can't get away from you. Or you could try, but then you'll just go crazy. Everybody will still see it. But I mean, there's a reliability factor. You know I'm a real person. You know I'm gonna make effort not to fuck up. Because my own person is on the line. So I got a stake in this game. Not gonna not end up like some rigged shill setup thing where I'm all gonna let you down, because I'm here. If I do that, then my reputation is like permanently shattered and confidence is broken. So I'm never gonna do that. And if I was just some anonymous robot voice doing it in videos, yeah, then there's nothing at stake. I could just fuck it up. I could just not show up one day anymore. I could make up bullshit conspiracy theories about myself and then just disappear and then start doing something else, like a fresh slate. Nobody would be the wiser. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I am here. My reputation is on the line, basically. Hey, Adam Eakin, good to see you. Because of the percentage I've bought exceeding 50. What? What are you saying, LSG? I don't get it. Oh, the percentage of bots. See, they turn on real people? So then they turn on the people as well? What? Well, I mean, some people out there do act like bots, right? This is the issue. If you're gonna have like filler fake accounts that kind of like create a fake presence so that people feel comfortable and want to associate with numbers, well, what do you do when you get people that start to want to associate? They look at everybody and see like, how are you in this group? How are you supposed to behave here as being part of this? And if they're all bots, then you're going to literally start taking over bot behavior because you think that's how everybody does it here. I'm just trying to be part of the group. And if you then literally start behaving like a bot, then the algorithm might see you as a bot. So I think that might be the underlying cause of that, LSG. Because people can't just be acting like bots. Be so predictable in their behavior that any cleanup algorithm just thinks like that's a bot because they're behaving just like a bot, being that stupid and simple and pushy and all that. I mean, I see people commenting on a regular basis on some forums where I'm thinking like, I know this is written by a person, but they've written it like they're a bot. Are those people like using ChatGPT to basically reformulate what they want to say or something? Using AI assist? Because some of it just seems so much like they're a bot. Right? So either they're using some tech assistance in their writing, or they've just been so overexposed to bots and to bot culture, which is fake culture. It's like a default thing. There's nothing there. But if you take that over, then yeah, if you swim among bots long enough, then you kind of like start to behave like a bot. And maybe that's what's happening to people. It's just the overexposure. Is normalizing the more mechanical social behavior, right? Because I don't think there's anything wrong with mechanical thinking like that, even spiritually. But when it comes to social behavior and communication, yeah, I try to avoid that, really, because it's basically a form of oversimplification, and if you stick to that, there's not going to be a lot that's going to express itself and develop if you literally socially act like a bot. It's going to be a lot of dead ends, right? Because bots are filler. That's what they really are. And I'm talking about the actual bots, not the people acting like bots. They're filler. So if you're then going to take over traits, if you're going to let that rub off on you, well, then you are going to be filler. Is that what you want? To be superfluous? Is that really what you want? I don't. Anyway. Right, but maybe also part of the bot filling up behavior is kind of a desperation of like, we need to outnumber the evil side. So we need to be more enthusiastic. We need to seem like more power and more numbers, and then in their desperation they just turn to filler tactics. Because that would be driven by fear. Oh, we need to outnumber them. Them. Often kind of vague. And sometimes it isn't. But still. It's like the blowfish tactic. Oh, danger. Blow it up. Fill it all up. See more. But I mean, a blowfish, when it's all blown up. Is that a blowfish? Maybe it's guppy or something. What do you call those fish? Puffer fish or something that blow up like a balloon. It's a tactic, a defensive tactic. But I mean, when they're blown up, they're pretty big, but they're pretty useless too. They're literally a balloon. What do you call those fish again? Yeah, puffer fish. I'm gonna show that picture. That's so cute and silly. But yeah, puffer fish takes up a lot of space when they're blown up, but they're literally like completely useless. Silly looking balloon. That's like the silliest, funniest picture I've seen in a while. Documentary you posted. Okay. The dead internet theory. All right, it's pretty fresh off the presses, 11 days ago. Yeah, I will check it out. That seems interesting. I mean, I ascribe to it, basically, in my own way. Not saying that it's only bots, but I do think that there is a majority bots by now. And they kind of just slip in there. But there's still like a huge amount of people that use the internet though. I mean, definitely it's still gigantic. But there's also just a lot of fake propping up. A lot of pufferfish bots. They are aggressive little assholes. Pufferfish. Well, they can look really cute though. Emperor penguins are weird. Penguins aren't real? Oh my god. Yeah, penguins are real. I've been to a zoo and seen penguins, including really big ones. What? Whoa. Damn. That's a really big fish. Yeah, Adam Meekin just found this huge fish, apparently on Twitter. And they're cheeky as shit. Guess I can show that. I don't know though why he linked me up with that. Check how big that thing is. Oof. They don't give a shit. So thanks for sharing that, Adam. You've held a penguin? Really? Picked one up? That fish has an 8 head? Yeah. It's a weird ass fish. I mean, the face on that thing is basically bigger than a human face. Jarl and Boy? I don't know who that is. Oh, right. I don't know what they're doing. Wow, so yeah, that's a bummer. I am so mellow today. I don't know what it is. It's probably my back. Because I can't like fire up too much or I'll start to get into a weird position again and then it'll be bad. So I'm just taking it easy, mostly. There could be like technical things I could talk about. I mean, we can keep talking about fish and penguins and... White pigeon! Ooh, let's talk about Fowl some more. Wow. Was 5. Oh, there's some more. Yeah, those pigeons like really like that water. They drink a lot of it too. until like until the last drop. I mean, those pigeons drink that water until the last drop. Well, not all in one go, but eventually. I'm probably gonna have to refresh that soon. I love doing it though. I like the sound their flapping wings. It's like those big ass pigeons, those flying rats, they go like hee hee. They make a lot of noise. I mean, a flying pigeon is like a missile. It's like a living missile. If they get sloppy, they can just literally crash through your window. And yeah, they're like flying missiles. But those white doves, when they fly, they make this like, it's this very specific sound those wings make, and it's like really enjoyable. Yeah, Richard G. Yeah, isn't it? I love doing. I've been doing this for like since I lived here. So that's now like 8 years. No, 9 years. Jesus. But it's great. It's been a delight to do that, especially during the summer when they're really like very eager for water. Right. Change water daily. Yeah. Well, I don't. Well, in the summer I definitely do multiple times, but in the winter I sometimes. It's just because yeah, when it's raining all the time, you don't really need to do it. Or if it only just freezes up. Right. But yeah, I love doing it. And the white doves like really make it worth it. Yeah. Plants are doing awesome too. I had to trim some of the basil leaves though. I don't know what's going. Whether that's because of bruising from the transport. That some of the leaves just kind of like it. Oh, it looked like fungus, but it isn't fungus. It's just a sudden die off of some leaves, but not like they're incompletely dying. It's just like this scarred spots over it, and then it kind of stays like that, doesn't grow much worse, but I kind of cut a lot of leaves out of it. And like it still do, they seem to appreciate it that I've done that. Yeah, I'm gonna also make spaghetti sometime soon, and then it's gonna be bye-bye. Then I'm gonna use them, and I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't had spaghetti, like real spaghetti, in a long time ago now, since February, I think. Yeah, looking forward to that. Goji berry plant, huh? That sounds interesting. Hmm. It grows well in cooler climate. Did it? I didn't know that. Huh. That's interesting. Hey, Fiber Oats, good to see you. Right, so I'm gonna call this show Fowl, Fish, and Fruits. Triple F. Because that's what we've been talking about mostly. And bots. And how they're like puffer fish. Maybe I should put that in. I thought it was funny. Yeah, no, this is better. Yeah, addendum. Pufferfish culture inspired by bots? That's basically the statement I try to make. So yeah, I got a complete title. Woohoo! It never puffed. Well, that's a good sign, Fibro. That means it was really comfortable with you. You gotta scare that little bastard. Well, no wonder he's turning into a bastard if you're like having to startle it just to see it puff. That's bullying the fish, LSG. You fish bully. Why does it puff in the first place? To make itself seem much bigger, and therefore not a worthy prey. It basically looks too big to eat all of a sudden. Oh, really? Wow. Okay, LSG, you sound like you had a seriously traumatized little pufferfish then, if it's so aggressive. It sounds like one messed up fish. People eat them? Okay. I don't know why, man. There's a lot of different type of fish where I feel like, yeah, I don't know why you would want to eat that. Because it's... yeah. Fish inmates. Bearded dragons puff up too? Yeah, they got this weird cheek sack, right? And they flap like their ears or whatever flaps, and they can like do a whole thing where they're like a weird little hypnotic spectacle, almost like a snake or a peacock, but as a reptile. It's weird. Puff up their whole body when they really? What? That is weird. So they basically turn themselves into a balloon. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm mixing them. I'm not a lizard expert. I mix them all up. Maybe it's yeah. Well, that makes sense. But it's odd. I didn't know they did that. Reptiles are like more dynamic than I sometimes think. I mean, there's a lot of weird types of fish that have weird abilities, but apparently reptiles can get pretty freaky too. Hmm. Hmm. Dude, aren't bearded dragons like really big? How big was that fish tank? Must have been massive. I mean, you'd need a pool for a creature like that. Or was it still very young? Probably not as big then. 75 gallons. Okay. That sounds pretty big. Damn it, I hate that. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out like how big that is, and then it gives it in inches and feet. Oh, goody. That's freaking helpful. $45. Oh, that doesn't seem super big. Just a regular aquarium. Really, only 30 centimeters? This big? Okay, that's not big. Huh, I thought they would grow really huge. Right, anyway. Yep. I got nothing to eat either. I mean, I already ate Illuminati croissant and greens. I had it before the show. Right, anyway, yeah, we got 15 more minutes. Want to keep talking about fish and reptiles and... I guess it's pretty much the entire show now. Oh. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'll show that. Let's just send me a photo. There it is in the top right corner. Looks pretty cool. It's a pretty big goldfish too. Cool. Oh, right. I did actually watch... What was that? Recommended me. Adam Meakin did. He sent me this really interesting lecture about the Silmarillion and like ties in with... Yeah, Silmarillion from Tolkien. And how it ties in with like a religious worldview. Very interesting. This is some very serious studying. I'll link you up to that. It's a really interesting watch. There's 2 parts, by the way. The other part, well, typically it popped up as the first option in the recommended list. So, but I watched that in full. It was very interesting. About Lord of the Rings cosmology. Like really interesting stuff about it. Yeah, I thought that it would interest you, Ellis. So it's good to get that in. Okay, well, I filled up the entire title describing everything that we've talked about. I've got it complete now. It's the most complete title I've ever made. Did I see Big Bear's episode with Gardner? Yeah. I saw it live. It was great. It was really good. Yeah, they were in a good flow and interesting. Like, Gardner has a lot of interesting things to say in general about what he does and how he does it, and good perceptions. Yeah, and I'd love to talk more some spirit mechanics myself, but I gotta like reboot up before I get to that point, and you guys gotta be ready for it too. And today apparently is one of those days where it's just like talking about animals and plants and whatever. And that's just fine. I mean, it's nice weather and it's this beautiful weather. You're not going to be super inclined to stay very serious and focused all the time, so I get it. Anyone ever watched Eric Dollard? Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff in the past. He's still active, isn't he? Still rich, researching Tesla stuff. Okay. Huh, still at it. Is he getting somewhere with it? Huh. Okay, you're going for long hair, LSG? Oh, glad it's working out. Yeah, I've had long hair since I was 12. Or that's when I started to get like a mullet and then a little mini ponytail. I pretty much had always had ponytails though. But that started at 12. So I'm used to it. Right, and tomorrow, by the way, LSG, is your stand-up comedy day, right? So I'm looking forward to hearing about that. I guess that would be on Monday. Because I take it that it's going to be in the evening, not in the super early morning. Unless it was like actually Saturday night. Oh, right. You still... Oh, you have to hope you get picked. So you don't get like a standard place. It's a lot of competition, eh? Eric Dollard is a cook. Okay. How so, the bad guy? Right. Okay, LG. Well, yeah, good luck. Hope it works out. Are you gonna have another opportunity like the weekend after or something? He's a loon. Okay. Yeah, well, a little bad guy. I mean, but I mean, he's not like completely and utterly incoherent. I say he is less of a loon than some of the anti-flat earthers that we have to deal with. But yeah, he does seem to have some issues. A intellectual loon? Okay. A monthly thing. Alright. So you got 12 shots a year, basically. Yeah, good luck. Right, but come on, the bag. Seriously, you gotta admit though, right, that Eric Dollard, compared to, let's just say, McKeegan, seems pretty coherent. I don't know what where he's at, by the way. I don't know what he's into. Is he like following the flat earth debates mechanics? Is he like being really rigid with science? Or is he all full fantastical Etherian? I have no idea where he's at. You'd have to tell me. I mean, if he's just another Etherian like that, yeah, then it's gonna be like really annoying. But I mean, he does do like a lot of actual physical testing, right? Experimentation with electrics. So, yeah, electrical engineer. So I don't know why you'd call him an intellectual loon then. Could you perhaps give some detail as to why? The talks are based on experiments. Yeah, on this testing. He's staying physical with it. Engineering. So how does that make him an intellectual loon? That seems pretty solid to me. Right now, if he's gonna take like all those tests that he did and then start to reify it in some universal system, and evolve ether in that, yeah, well then he's basically just doing what the rest is doing, right? Reifying things. But I don't know if he's doing that, because I don't really watch his channel. I'm gonna have to base conclusions on what you're sharing with me about him. So he's not as kooky, right? But that, okay, but that's different. If he's just kooky, that's like a quirk. That's different if you're gonna say him he's a kook, because that's just like he's fucking insane. You're gonna say it like that. But if he's just a bit kooky, then it's like, yeah, sure. I mean, a lot of people are a bit kooky. You could say that I'm a bit kooky in my own right. Although, yeah, I mean, I've been worse. I've I've become a lot more normal, I guess, over the decades. But that's how he meant. Right, so he's just a bit kooky. Alright, well that's fine then. I agree. From what I've seen from him, yeah, he's a bit weird. And intense also. Kind of like I can be intense with my opinions about things. I'm a bit kooky? No way. I mean, I'm super chill and relaxed, and then something hits me in the wrong way, and then I turn into a total demon berserker all of a sudden. Start threatening people's lives. Yeah, I mean, that's totally normal. That every guy on the internet does that, right? Yeah, I get it. No, they don't. And I'm trying to not have that kind of shit happening anymore. I'm trying to like take care of it, because yeah, it can be interesting when it happens, but I mean, it's not healthy for me. It's not a good example, so I'm trying to take care of it. But yeah, I can be pretty freaking extreme. Pretty freaking extreme. Right, but at least I take great care to keep things coherent. It calms you. Me going berserk calms you? That's funny. Maybe it would. I've experienced that. If I'm really frustrated about something, and then somebody else then goes completely berserk over it, it calms me down too. Like it happens with Neil or something, like Neil Cosentino from FED. It just goes berserk about something, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of pissed off about it too. But because he's so pissed off about it, I'm like, it calms me down, because it's like, it's out in the open at least. I don't know what that is. Does that happen with me too? When I go really foaming at the mouth over what the frickin' politicians have done this time or something? It's still going, by the way, that whole stuff. It's just like, there's just some moments where I like really try to avoid it, because if I wouldn't, I would just become really angry. Because they're doing the same shit. It's a very similar situation as in America. They just keep pushing shit through, and they had the new pandemic law still freaking rammed through, even though it was completely fraudulent. Like was very detailed known how freaking fraudulent it was, and they still managed to get it through. And in the meantime, like, there's like actual lawsuits happening, I think. There's like multiple lawyers, like, they're like really starting to target these main people in our political system that are doing all this and that are like keeping this all going despite what everybody wants. So yeah, I predicted that would happen. Predicted it last year even. I felt it, like, no, this is gonna be it. And it seems like something's gonna happen, alright, one way or another, and it can either be they're gonna be stopped or there's gonna be some freaking crazy situation. I mean, I feel like I don't even like the hype about it. I felt this, by the way, years ago. It's tied in with my Dark World visions, that at some point, in some bizarre way, like, actual Nazis come in the Netherlands and basically take over the government. Like, I think I said it a few days ago about my fears of the future with what's happening in Ukraine, and I know for a fact it's not because, oh, politics, oh, I'm adding to it. No, it's because I've fucking seen it. They, like, it's gonna fail. Russia's absolutely gonna win. It really is a scenario where, like, it doesn't really matter what happens. Russia's gonna make it. Like, even if the entire fucking world supposedly blows up because of nukes, which don't really exist in that sense, Russia's still gonna frickin' survive. Russians are going to survive. It's like every frickin' person on Earth could die, and the Russians are still gonna survive. You get it? It's like you're never ever gonna get them away. And I know that triggers a whole bunch of really obsessed people that hate them, that are like maniacally bound to that shit, right? But I fear that when they finally pull out, they're gonna blow back to Europe because yeah, it's right next to it. And they could literally, some of these crazy Nazis could just decide, like, yeah, we're going to just take over these governments because they trust us, they give us all that shit, and we don't really give a shit about those very obviously Jews, like, as they would see it, right? They would see it like, yeah, of course they're freaking Jews. Look at what they do. Look at how they act. They're Jews. But they're giving us all that shit, so that's cool. But then at some point they could just decide, like, yeah, we're going to take this over now. And we're actually going to get more positive, like, we're going to get positivity from the public because they're so fucking sick of these people. But then start to, like, let's get a little bit Nazi shit in here in the way it's run now. And that's kind of the shit that I fear, is that they could literally come to our rescue, but then really kind of take over in a very bad way. That's what I fear might happen, that comes out of all this. If that would happen, that would be a real serious problem for the country. More even than these fuck-ups that are continually doing the WEF shit and giving our money away to this crazy-ass unwinnable war. And literally our equipment. Like, they're giving away fighter jets to Ukraine. And those things aren't even up to spec for such an operation. So they would just get shut down and it's just gone. So it's total insanity. Tactically. From a nationalist viewpoint about our country. It's totally insane what they've done. Right? But I still kind of fear long term that, yeah, it's going to destabilize so much and so much agitation that the Nazis might involve themselves. Like, either coming in to freaking keep them in power, which would be like, that would be the most fucking agitating thing that you could ever imagine. That these fucked up criminals that are openly fucked up anti-human would suddenly get like actual Nazis supporting them. and like bullying people and beating people up and shit for them. Because that could fucking happen. Okay? Not a joke, not a fantasy. No, that could actually happen at some point. Right? And then it would stop. But as soon as like they get involved, they're gonna get involved. They're gonna be doing revenge shit. Somebody goes after that. It's gonna be a fucking mess. And if they really get in their head, like, yo, we're actually gonna take over this government, and they're all gonna cuck to us, well, then we really have a problem. Because then it's no longer like ultimate corruption that's just festering endlessly out of control. No, then it would actually be like a hostile force that's suddenly like breaking it all and taking over and trying to build something new out of it that just disregards everything just to like force some mind control on people, which is what Nazis do. That's what they do. That's their standard policy. As soon as they get powers, they start doing that shit, breaking people's minds, which they have kind of in common in a way with the WEF, which they are like Nazi adjacent. Or just full on, however, in disguise. Nazis in disguise. That's how you could see it. That's not too far off. If the Russians end up making T-1000, that's hilarious. I don't think they ever need to do that. I mean, the whole power, really, military power even, is in speed. So, drones that think of the future as, oh, hypersonic missiles with the nukes. Yeah, eventually we'll be figured out, yeah, there's no nukes. There's really effective tactical strikes that will absolutely disintegrate the target, though. And then eventually there'll be hypersonic drones. And then everything will be completely fucked. And it's like, yeah, military operations will become completely useless because something could just be blown up in seconds all of a sudden. And there's nothing you can do to stop it until shields are developed. And that might actually happen within my lifetime, where it's gonna get somehow some magnetic shield. It's been part of my vision. It's just not something that I've ever actually visually seen, though. It seemed to be there tactically implied through the journey that I had, which I did also involve myself in tactics and like survival of everything in the long run, etc. That's kind of the puzzle that I was doing. But yeah, T-1000, it will remain a fantasy because it's gonna just be useless. I mean, T-1000 super cool, super strong, but super fucking slow. Right? If you like those robot T-1000, super cool, but eventually, I mean, you just do one like micro nuke, you would probably call it, where they basically like ensure that there's like extreme heat in a very specific, like they could just like evaporate anything, but like on a small scale, not like boom nuke and it's all gone, but like one place that's gonna and it's just like everything's disintegrated there. I think that's kind of what we should be expecting in the future, which will be kind of freaking terrifying and make war even more unwanted, because it's just war becomes so fucking dangerous then. Because if somebody just chooses to in power, then it's like and just like really important things, even cultural things, could just be suddenly all wiped out. So the technology that military weaponry will develop into is gonna make war like almost impossible. It's like you can't do it anymore because it becomes too dangerous. So it will be more like just bickering who, like a culture war, is what will probably become more the tip of the spear of doing then eventually, because actual weaponry, as soon as that gets involved, it's just everything just, it's gone. I have to rebuild shit. Dirt, sand, and salt water. Yeah, sure. No, you can fuck up joints of robots for sure. Upgraded version of Jesus. Okay, Zane Solo. Well, yeah, well, they could just spray everybody and then everybody dies. Yeah, they could do that, but I mean, you're never gonna win a moral war with that. The only thing that could lead to is you wiping everybody out, so there's nobody left to complain about what you've done. Because there's no way you could, after doing such things, get out stable. And with people accepting, like, oh yeah, we just genocided like entire country with advanced Agent Origin. Like, no, you're never just gonna then be part of that future after that. So nobody will accept that. It's gonna leave serious spiritual scar, like beyond the freaking target. So, right, but I'm getting really off track now. Suddenly it's become all about future war things, and I don't know why. But yeah, I wouldn't be too. I'm not afraid of these freaking robots. I mean, the robots are like the counter arm of the bureaucracy, right? Robots are there for when the people in control are so freaking disgusting and despicable that simply a soldier will just not want to or even be capable of performing their duty properly for those people, and then robots can still be used. So that's what they're there for. But I mean, robots are not great. And the thing is that, yeah, they're getting developed, they're getting better, right? You have any idea how much freaking money these robots are costing? And that cost's not gonna go down. Yeah, even if you have like some super mass reproduction system eventually, that's gonna be so fucking expensive. It's like, it will literally be cheaper to just have a career military person. Way cheaper than to run one of those fucking robots. So to get them built, it's gonna be incredibly expensive. And maintenance, people. Frickin' maintenance is especially expensive. I mean, at first they might perform really great, and then they start to break down, and then they just... yeah. You see, the thing about soldiers and people, living beings, doing that is that, well, flesh actually can regenerate. Yeah? You can heal. Robots can't heal. Once something breaks, it must be repaired or it will be completely out of function. Right? So once you deploy a robot in the battlefield and it's down, it's over. You can't go and fix it there. Right? A person might get wounded, but they will be potentially capable of being dynamic with that. And once a robot is just broken, there's nothing you can do. Because you can't really engineer robots to still function with broken parts. That rarely happens. Do you support Putin in his actions against Ukraine? Yes. And I think he's been overly gracious too about it. There's a lot of push even from within Russia that he's being too softy about it all. Really. So yeah, Putin's the best thing that could have ever happened in this scenario. Like for everybody. Because it could have been a lot worse. Can they develop robots that repair other robots? Yes, to a degree. But that'll only really start working when robots can are perfected in self-analysis. That a robot can perfectly give a readout as to what is wrong with it, right? And then if that is all there programmed, then potentially robots could basically do maintenance. This is like, oh, this thing is misfunctional, quickly replace it. Robots comes in, part out, part in, click. Yeah. But I mean, poof. You got a long way to go. And you got to be really certain about the design. You got to know what you're going to be rebuilding over and over and over again, that it's going to stay worth it to develop it to that degree. So it's a huge investment to do that. Yeah, why bother with the ground robots? Well, ground robots can be useful if you want to deal with people that are on the ground, right? But if it's about like firepower dominance or whatever, yeah, then having precision striking drones is going to be unbeatable. Unless there's like EMP shield devices or something. I don't know. I'm not a real expert on what's going on in the field right now with tactical development like that. But I mean, as soon as you're gonna get like drones to be hypersonic and shit, dude, there's just no competition with that. As soon as those things get fast enough, it's like everybody's screwed. Strikes coming out of the Ukraine. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't really follow war shit too much. I don't like check the footage that comes out of there, really. Right, anyway, I had a long show today. Subjects all over the place. Pretty serious segment now in the last half hour. It was good. It was good to talk about that, even though I can't make it fit in the title. Right, so you're gonna have to sit through the whole thing to get to that point. Right, anyway, I think I'm gonna round out. So I want to get some groceries and some lunch. Flesh will always win. Well, flesh will survive eventually. I mean, it's a lot easier for people to regrow and gain resources required to regrow, like to procreate, right? Than it is for robots, which would require, in order to be self-replicating, they would still require all the raw materials that would have to be in good condition in order to even be able to do that. So yeah, flesh will definitely win the procreation game because it's a lot easier to achieve. It's a lot easier to get food, to make food production than it is to make raw materials that would be a standard requirement for a robot to replicate itself. It's like basically if there's no factory running to do all that, robots can't replicate themselves. That's just it. 4 more hours? Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna do 4 more hours. But it's been fun though. Hopefully tomorrow will be just as fun. Maybe a little bit more serious. Maybe I want to get a little bit more active. Or pissed off at something. There's always something to be pissed off at anyway. But today I just wanted to relax and hopefully my back will be a lot better. Because that's definitely going to help in me being more active. So it's really slowing me down. Anyway. Yeah. Right, so thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. It'll be much appreciated, and yeah, I could still use the support, guys, so please don't leave it hanging that long. I'm gonna be poor again very quickly. Alright, anyway. I'll be back tomorrow with... Oh, wait. I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1614 on a Sunday, and I'm gonna also join the Flat Earth Ballbusters this evening over at Quantum Eraser channel. So I'm looking forward to that. And hope to see you there in the chat when that goes live. It should be in like 4 hours or something from now. Right. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy this beautiful almost summer Saturday. And until the next video, keep it flat.